From out of the past comes a nostalgic romp that actually has some story and character development. Today we review Season 4 of Cobra Kai. So once again, Cobra Kai returns for another season. The show that's been one of the more interesting in the nostalgic romps. Usually you get a sequel and it's like, so what? This one has been really interesting. One of my favorite parts about the show is that it adds depth to the characters without taking away from the original property. That's not to say there's not a few issues. Of course, as everyone probably knows by now, Silver is back. And now he is Silver, but, his return, I struggle with it a little bit because it just seemed to kind of just happen. He was like this rich aristocrat, and then all of a sudden, I'm going to be a karate dude again. Just out of the blue. He didn't seem to be practicing karate that much. And, I thought one thing you had to do was you had to practice and, keep practicing. And I got the impression that he did not, just from the scenes he was in when he was first visited by Kreese. So that in turn made me wonder how he retained his skills. I don't know if that's a plot hole, maybe it's something else. But the whole point was Silver seemed to be having a good time, he's having a good life, and then all of a sudden he turns back into the Silver we remember from Karate Kid 3, which was really strange to me. There were snippets where we got the idea of maybe why he turned, but I never felt like we really got a good idea of what changed on him. I think there was some more development that was needed in that. The other things are Daniel's still Daniel. They come to clashes. They do again come to blows, and it ends up being a tie. Sorry for the spoiler, I should have warned you about that. They try to teach, and then they learn lessons along the way, as has been the custom. Now, there's a couple of swerves in the show that make you kind of go, huh? Wait, what? And you think things are going to happen, and then it's going to develop in the next season, and it doesn't. They kind of give you a little bit of a curveball on a few scenes. I don't want to spoil that for you, but keep in mind that's there. It's not a bad thing, though. It's actually a pretty good thing. Now, talking about the characters, Miguel is still a very compelling character. Robbie still ends up being a compelling character. Hawk gets his wings clipped, but then he comes back. It's kind of an interesting scene. The tournament is a bit of a surprise in one place, but I'll let you find that out for yourself. And of course, Samantha is still a witch with a capital B, and Tori is still a bitch with a capital W. I just don't hate the girls in the show, but gosh, their rivalry has gotten old. And I just wish it would just taper off or something, and something else would happen. I mean, the guys didn't seem to be at each other this much this season. It was more the adults and then the girls. And they seemed to take most of the tension of the show. And I don't know. I mean, I was getting tired of both of them, to be perfectly honest. I don't like either character. And it did take up a significant chunk of the season, but maybe after taking up such a chunk, maybe it'll start to take a step back or do something different with them, rather than them being just angry at each other for all the reasons that they're angry at each other. And of course, all the callbacks and surprise twists at the final episode are there. Pretty solid season. I'll give it 4.5 stars. Like I said, that one little thing with Silver was a bit clunky. That wasn't too bad. There were a little bit of turns of I'm going to this one, this dojo, I'm going to this dojo. That's getting old too. But all in all, it's still pretty darn good. Give it a watch. It's on Netflix now. Cobra Kai is one of the more solid series out there. And that's all for Infinite Realms today. Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe.